Good morning.
Good morning.
Happy Valentine's Day to you and to us and to the world. Isn't that wonderful? We have a joyful and blessed holiday at least once a year
Yes.
that is all love, all red hearts, all green hearts, all purple hearts. It is Valentine's Day, or was it yesterday?
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yeah, it's yesterday.
Yes. Happened to walk into a restaurant by mistake. Man, lady, man, lady. Big restaurant, full of couples. But I have my memories. So but it is nice to have a nice, happy day. So this morning, this month's theme is embracing the edge. Ernest Holmes told us that we are open at the top, and to do that, we must keep growing, and that means growing beyond the known and the comfortable through February. The focusing is on pushing the boundaries of our beliefs and our comfort zones individually and collectively. Gilbert, thank you for the beautiful music this morning. So let's just center ourselves this morning as we open with our invocation. And the invocation this morning begins with love. We just put a cap on that love and we experience it all day and every day. It is who we are, what we are, how we are. And on this particular Sunday, we express our love in all the aspects of life. And we know that it is our truth. And together we say, and so it is. So we have the science of mind point of view. Think of the whole world as your friend, but you must also be the friend of the whole world. In this way, and with this simple practice, you will draw to you so many friends that the time will be too short to enjoy them all. Refuse to see the negative side of anyone. Refuse to let yourself misunderstood. Refuse to let yourself misunderstand or be misunderstood. Do not be morbid. Know that everyone wants you to have the best. Affirm this wherever you go, and then you will find things just as you wish them to be. Walking the edge of life means showing up for the truth that lives within us and allowing that truth to move through us in real, visible ways, even when it seems risky. Howard Thurman reminds us that our inner insights are not meant to stay hidden. They are meant to be achieved in the deed. We have a very special sharing of our music from our choir this morning. And I'm not going to tell you the title, but you'll get it right away. So our choir will be coming up, and relax, and don't forget, pay attention to what it is that you want that is possible within you. And we're going to tell you what the world needs. begin this morning, I decided to complete the month with a comparison of Ernest Holmes, who is the author of the Science of Mind book and many, many, many more books, and the founder of Science of Mind, and compare him to, and his writings to, Howard Thurman, who is well, he's deceased right at this time, but he is the author of The Inward Journey, and I would say at least 10 other books. And he is a Black author of many, many books. He is a philosopher. He is connected with Howard University in Washington, D.C., a professor at Howard, was a professor at Howard University, and a minister. I said he was a philosopher, and he has many honorary degrees. So for me, I thought it would be fun for us to compare a different faith in a sense, but there are so many similarities to his philosophical views and Ernest Holmes that it is very easy reading, very easy to combine the two and to find the sameness in throughout the comparison of the readings and the writings. So this morning we're going to start on page 514, The Science of Mind, and I brought the regular textbook today instead of some other books that Holmes has written, because a lot of you do bring your books. So we start off this morning on page 514 of The Science of Mind, and it starts with be still and know. That's an excellent place to start, especially being still. Just paying attention to the humanness of yourself, the awareness of yourself, your personal self. Be still and know. So while I get this page here, if you have your book, you can just go to your book, and I seem to be dropping pencils here. Oh, that's okay. All right. There are 3 sections on this book, and the one that we will start with is be still and know. It's just a few lines here. Be still and know that I am God. I am still in thy presence. I am quiet and peaceful, for I put my trust in thee. A great stillness steals over me, and a great calm quiets my whole being as I realize thy presence. The heart knows of thee, O Most High within. It is still in thy presence, and it puts its whole confidence in this alone, in thee alone. In thy presence I am still. So when I think of those words, I am still, I am quiet, I am peaceful, I really like to go to not the beginning of the day, but the ending of the day. And that's the way I like to start off my new day, is by starting a peaceful, calm knowingness of God within my heart as I go off to sleep. in the evening, at the night time, blessing the day that I had prior, and moving into the knowing and the stillness of the evening and the night, and knowing that in my heart and in my common space between the end and the beginning of the new day, that I am still, and I know that I am God. And if we can start that essence of truth within ourselves, ending the day with the beauty and the harmony and the peace of the day, and then as you awaken, you just automatically awaken with a self-confidence of what you have left behind and what you are moving toward. And they're actually, one might say, they are the beginning and the ending and the ending and the beginning. And they are really the same. Really the same. If we can tune ourselves out and moving into sleep, if we can tune ourselves out of the negativity that you may be feeling within your body, the negativity that might be brought into your dreams, might be brought into what you think you already know that the next day is going to be, and you move into this quiet, peaceful atmosphere, and then that's the way you're going to wake up, in a peaceful and a quiet atmosphere, knowing that you have put your trust in Thee. And every once in a while we talk about the many words and synonyms that we give God. Thee, presence, love, joy, harmony, no matter how you say it. If the awareness is within you, be still and know that I am God. That's real easy. Just focus on the joy of life, the harmony of your life, the peace as love flows through you, especially on this love day. And we know what we know, and there is nothing that is different. I am what I am. It is what it is, that it ain't no iser. All kind of ways to say it. I am God expressing as all the perfection, all the harmony, all the joy, all the prosperity, all the health, anything that is positive within our beingness. And I guess we could stretch it out, or I could stretch it out and say that it's within everyone. But do I know that that is true of everyone? Does it matter if I know that it is true of everyone? That could be a very debatable question. But the key is, do you know that within yourself? And if you know it within yourself, along comes the truth that it is in all of us. Be still and know. Be still and know that I am God. I am still in Thy presence. Where can you go that you are not in Thy presence? Because God is all there is. I am quiet and peaceful, for I put my trust in Thee. A great stillness steals over me, and a great calm quiets my whole being as I realize Thy presence. The heart knows of Thee, O Most High within. It is still in Thy presence, and it puts its whole confidence in Thee. In Thy presence I am still. So let's see what Howard Thurman relates to this. And Howard Thurman is on page 104 if you happen to have that book. If you have it at home and you see it on your shelf, pick it up. Become more familiar with Howard Thurman. And this reading is from the section that is Quest for Peace. Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace. Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace. These words taken from the prayer of St. Francis speak to one of the most insistent conditions of the human spirit. It is not easy to be an instrument of peace because we understand so little about the autonomy of peace, because we understand so little about hostility, and its particular kind of etiquette. I found that to be very challenging to the mind. It is not easy to be an instrument of peace because we understand so little about the anatomy of hostility and its particular kind of etiquette. Now, when I think of etiquette, I think about high school home ec class probably, where we learned which fork to eat the salad with, which fork to eat the dinner with, part of the meal with, which spoon to use to stir your tea, and which larger spoon that you use to eat your soup. And that was the proper etiquette of the day. So when he says, it is not easy to be an instrument of peace because we understand so little about the anatomy of hostility and its particular kind of etiquette. Now, some words are hard for me because it really doesn't matter, but I'm working on it. It's part of my healing. So, speaking backward, the etiquette that you were brought up with, if you were in a home where it was very important to know which spoon to use, which fork to use, which knife to use, and when to use it, then if that was a demand of yourself, of your personhood, I would say that you learned quite quickly which spoon to use, which fork to use, which knife to use, and when you needed to use it. Because it was very important, since you were being taught by someone else to duplicate what was important to them. And if I'm anywhere near close, you probably have someone that comes up in your mind that if you did not follow the proper etiquette, you were let a little bit here, a little bit there, sometime with quite a appropriately etiquette time to hear about your correctness or your uncorrectness, if that's a word, because it was important for someone to know that you know what they know and what they live by. I don't think In fact, I do remember what my etiquette level was. And as I got older, as I had my own children, I realized it was important to them to use appropriate etiquette, but according to them, according to what they felt about what they were doing or what they were saying. Because I realize now, I know I realized it at some point in my life, they didn't have to be like me. In fact, having 4 children and growing up with one sibling, and the parents of both of us were very more interested in the sameness, having 2 siblings that were the same. Impossible. So therefore, I have 4 very different attitude, etiquette, whatever you want to call it, children who are wonderful siblings to one another because they take the time to understand one another, if you understand what I'm saying. So that's what I feel about Howard Thurman and Ernest Holmes. Howard Thurman and the Bible, Ernest Holmes and the Bible, Greek philosophy and Ernest Holmes, Greek philosophy and Howard Thurman. Whatever it is that you glean from print on a page, whether it is as old as Aristotle, whether it is Jewish philosophy, whatever it is that you are examining, I would say reading through, open yourself up to realize that basically it's saying the same thing. And try another church sometime. When I was in ministerial school, I had been raised Catholic. And as an adult, taking these classes, we had to visit X number of churches. And I was amazed after being Catholic for so long that when I went back to it after being in religious science, I didn't understand either one of them the way I thought I would. And it's still to this day, I enjoy reading, thinking, being aware. I get still, and then I know. I know what each particular philosophy means to me at the age I am, at the many, many books, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So our etiquette, the way we do things, if you're still raising children, if you're helping to raise grandchildren. I was talking to a young man yesterday where he was assisting with my car, and he had a very interesting, I felt, interesting philosophy about how life is different. And here he is quite a bit younger than me. And his philosophy was basically just about the same as mine. So of course I considered him a very nice gentleman. Not just because he believed the same as I did, but because he held to his own belief, and he was still S-T-I-L-L, and he knew what he knew. He listened to what I knew, and before the conversation ended in his service to me, we both were speaking the same language but in different words. And I hope that all that meandering and discussion of myself, just keep it in our prayers. those of us who come to a religious science church and the open at the top idea, be open at the top. Don't shut off another person's philosophical belief. You don't have to understand it. You don't have to live it. Because if you are in this church or on this Zoom, you're here because you're interested in science of mind. And allow that premise, that etiquette, to open you to more and more and more of who you are. So according to Howard Thurman, on page, let's see, where is he? Make me an instrument of thy peace. If you know the song, it's a beautiful song. And I am going to read some more from the book. Ask yourself, have I ever indulged in gossip, which gave me an opportunity to say something uncharitable about someone else? Of course, if I had not heard the gossip and passed it on, then there would have been no chance for me to express my quiet hostility and, at the same time, be relieved of the responsibility for it. Yes, no, maybe so. This is what his writing is trying to tell us. Maybe the word judgment comes up. Is my judgment any more right or any more wrong than the person who started the gossip in the first place? Except it's not gossip when it gets back to the person that the chatter started about. When they hear what the chatter started about, that's not what I meant. That's not what I said. Who said that? How come they said that about me? Ever been in that category? So what these two gentlemen are saying is, pay attention to your own self, your own selfhood. If you say something that you fervently believe in is your truth, why should you change it? Why should I have decided to allow 4 children to be so different? And I didn't realize they were so different till I was in just my graduate studies in college. And I took philosophy, child raising philosophy or something like that. And I found out, according to the person that wrote the book that you had to buy, I did it all wrong according to them. But I thought I had wonderful, and I did, and I still do have wonderful children. But this person, oh my goodness, that's not what I do with my kids. Oh my goodness, am I doing them harm? And I wasn't even in religious science at that time, but I said, Skippy on it. That's their I say this often, that's their opinion. Don't let what you believe in become reshaped, revealed to you in someone else's focus or someone else's belief. It's okay to believe people because you respect someone, or if you don't respect them, but you do believe that that's their opinion. So I want to go back to Thurman instead of me rambling off here on my own. Ask yourself, have I ever indulged in gossip, which gave me an opportunity to say something uncharitable about someone else? It's a question. Of course, if I had heard the gossip and passed it on, then there would have been no chance for me to express any quiet hostility and, at the same time, be relieved of the responsibility for it. When I participated in the shared rumors and the gossip around me by passing them on or by refraining from stopping them with what I know to be the facts and the truth. It takes a big person. It takes big little people to say the truth when you know what their truth is. It's so much easier, I guess, I know, because being honest here, to, let me see, do we have someone currently in office? This is a church. We are a state, so we don't mix church and state. So you use your own mind. Are there people around us who are refraining from keeping us in our own mastery of our own self by not being able to stand up to their own truth and say, don't pay attention to me. Pay attention to your own heart. Pay attention to your own belief. I have my belief. You have your belief. I will not put my belief on to you unless it's something you agree with me. And do we have to shout out loud that we agree with something different? I don't know, just throwing out some things for you to think about. I let my attitude and my influence become instruments of violence in my hands. I offer my prayer to God. That's Howard Thurman's belief in God, in the God that he trusts as an instructor of young people at Howard University, of young African Americans, back in the day, so to speak, when some people chose to go to our black universities because there would seem to be a different thread, there seemed to be a different offering, there seemed to be a chance to see another perspective of life. That's why I like to read Jewish philosophy. I like to read, especially Greek, the really old is old, Greek and Judaism. Now that's some old. And it's amazing that what they were expressing is true today, all of it. Those who stand up for truth and those who stand for nothing. They don't even stand. So it's political, but yet it's not, because each one of us is political, is love, is passion, is wealthy in some way. How do you compare? There was another past story. I started out in the church that I was in, was a religious science church, not the Catholic Church. But I became an exit checker. That means that I counted the money on a Sunday. We did it on Monday mornings. And there was one person, one lady, who gave $1 every time she was at church. There were other people that, we'll just say by comparison, we'll keep the first digit the same, that would give, say, $100 every Sunday that that person was at church. And I remember going into practitioner studies and we talked about that. Well, there's someone, because you don't disclose private information, there's someone that comes to church and they give $1 every week. There's someone else that comes to church and they give $100 every week. Now, this is a question from our instructor. Now, which one, we'll just say, is the more valuable amount? You can imagine what kind of discussion that brought forth. So you decide. I'm not going to ask you. But you decide which is better, which is higher. Do you get more points for the $1? Or do you get more points for the 100? Maybe the person that gave 100, we'll start with 100, maybe they earned, we'll say, how about $500 a week? The person that gave $1, maybe they earned $2 a week. So think about it. No right, no wrong. Make me an instrument of thy peace. So maybe you might want to discuss that with somebody in the social hall sometime. Take the lesson and tear it up. Discuss it. See what you get out of it. Might be everything you needed to know for that morning. It may not. It may not be anything you're even interested in hearing me talk about. But it is nice to be able to stand in your own power and express your views without pushing them hard on someone else. But don't sit in a group. Oh, I shouldn't say that, but I'll say it anyway. Don't sit in a group that is having a discussion and be silent. That's a personal belief of mine. If you're not going to participate in order to assist in the synchronicity of what can be learned from someone else, you might as well not be there, because I feel you're infringing on someone else who has the openness, and you're just not giving. So something else that you can talk about at some other time. So here, let's see, where are we now? Cast aside all doubt. Cast aside all doubt, O soul of mine, and be unafraid, for thy power is from on high. He who sitteth in the heavens shall be thy champion. Come forth, O Spirit, from within, and express thyself through me, and let not my doubts hinder thy approach. Either way, and what I was saying just a few minutes ago, it's not like, oh yeah, I know what I said, and I'm sticking to it, and I'm right. Or you can look at it, teach me, and I will accept within myself that I've got a heck of a lot to learn, and it is okay to be still. So you might say I'm speaking out of both sides of my tongue, or my head, but what if we did not have the challenge of trying to understand someone else? I would say we get a tad arrogant. We get a tad, I'm the boss.
I know what I know, and I'm not going to listen to anything else. I'm just going to sit here and be a bump on a log. And maybe none of those things fit for you. Maybe none of them fit for me. I'm just throwing them out as they say, raw meat, to see what you can do with what we have up here in our brain matter, to look at life as it is, and as we continue to grow. Make me an instrument of thy peace. Be still and know that I am God. I am still in thy presence. Those words alone give you so much room to grow. And if you grow within yourself, you can only enhance someone else's life. When I think about the people in my life who are no longer here, who I can't pick with, to pick their brain about what they know. And parents come to mind immediately. My dear sister comes to my mind completely. Because I had a way, you wouldn't believe it, of course, because it's nothing negative about me. But in thinking about what I know right this minute that I didn't know 20 minutes ago is fascinating. I think these people, they happen to be men, but there are also women, also females, that if you really listen and try not to decipher, but really listen, try not to change the words to make yourself feel more comfortable, because maybe that's not what you think. Now I'm off on a different tangent here, but this is all coming, it's all coming from here to here or from here to here. Doesn't really matter. But the last section we're going to talk about is love is kind. Love suffereth long and is kind. Would we suffer longeth if we didn't care? I think, going back to politics, we hear an awful lot on the radio, obviously, on the television. We see the words. We hear the words. We feel the words, especially in today's climate. Love suffereth long and is kind. You are so kind. Familiar words, a harvest of gratitude, planted by years of life. Simple fruit of simple deeds, where no duty bound and the heart was free. I would say those of us who pay attention to how long we've been on this planet, what we have learned from, you would not know them, but I would be able to tell you who my favorite teachers were when I was in elementary school, when I was in high school, moving in through college, and then junior college, and then master's degree. So I did a little bit of remembering about people who helped me get to where and how and who I am today. There was a time, the closest people to me were my sister and my parents. And I really, I had those days. Oh, I knew everything without any qualms about being the one that knew everything. Still am that way sometime. But love is kind. It's kind enough to give us the space and the time to still be here on this planet, alive, to be able to become educated to more and more of self, to more and more of people around us. I was quite often thought about as the sister who had all the naughty ways. I know Leora's probably cringing at this, but it was, we were the twins, not really, but people looked at us as twins. And her opinion was stellar. Stellar! The girl was stellar. And my opinion was, it really was. But she has become a little more, and I have become a little more stellar, just because we existed in the same space. So never give up. If you want to be more stellar, be more stellar. If you want to just be a little bit of a easygoing person, then be that. And it's not gossip. It's true. Because I said it. It's my truth. And if you hear from her later, I'm saying this because I know she's going to have to leave early today. Because she's going to be preaching at another church. But this evening around 7 o'clock my time, what did you say that for? About me? I love you, Leora. But I guess what I'm saying here, you got a song, so I'm going to, you just read through this information I have here. And if you are interested in Howard Thurman, just one of our many, many Black heroes for Black History Month, I will see what I can do to get you lined up with a way to get the different books that he has written. And his daughter has taken over his rights to printing his books. And they're really not very expensive. And if I can assist you, if you would like information on how to get his books, I can get that for you. And also our textbook. If you don't have Science of Mind textbook, Arnie has a way of trying to get into our book room things that, if you're interested in ordering them. And read. And I know classwork is a big question mark for a lot of you, have mentioned classes. And if it becomes a pledge on your part, we have enough people where 2 or more are gathered to have a class, we can get the books and we can do the class. We would love to do that. We would really love to do that, because you do not learn as much from yourself as you do when you are sitting and sharing this information and getting to understand more and more of the simplicity of God is all there is. And I know I've skipped around a bit, and you can tell I'm feeling better because I'm talking longer. Even when I get mixed up, to me it's a sign of joy. Oh, she caught that one this time. But in all, what shall I say? In all push for the love day, love yourself enough to proceed beyond where you are right now in life. Because there are times that things happen and you don't think you're going to still be here much longer. So do yourself a favor. Read more, discuss more, just know that you are the highest, utmost highest special person in the world. We sang about needing love. Now we're going to sing a historical song. And we would like you to join us. The words are either at the back of the church, if you didn't get it in your bulletin, and we're going to sing, lift every voice and sing.
As the choir is coming, just going to give you a little background on the Negro National Anthem. It was written by James Wilson Johnson. His brother put the music to it, and it was sung in first time in Jacksonville, Florida, of all the places, Florida. And it was also sung at the Super Bowl this year. So the words are in the back. Let's lift every voice and sing.
up there.
Oh
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We have our tithes and offerings to be taken up, and we do so appreciate your giving. Very, very much appreciated. Okay. I'll just read all of it because it's all important. Thank you for your continued financial support. We are grateful for the divine wisdom ever present and available. We thank you for using PayPal or credit card on our website. Click to donate or mailing in your love offering to us weekly or monthly. So on this beautiful day, Love Day, Valentine's Day, I will remember a special birthday. We had Laverne on the 7th of February, and Fran Daniels' birthday is the 10th, was the 10th. So send her some love. And let's just remember who we are. Remember that we are grown-ups of God. People sometimes say, I am a child of God. And I remember one day, quite some time ago, and I was giving the talk, and I said, I'm an adult of God. And there's a lady to this day, if I saw her in California, oh yes, I'm a woman, I'm an adult of God. So however you characterize yourself, just know that thee and I and all of us are pure spirit, pure joy, pure love, prosperity, and all that there is that is good and holy. And we praise it, and we love it, and we rejoice in it. Remembering anyone in your heart that needs that extra prayer today. Just know that we love you all. And together let us say, and so it is. Amen. So we're going to sing the peace song in honor of all the good stuff that has been happening to shift our planet and shift our lives. Don't look at the so-called negative stuff. Stay on the good foot. And so it is.